Hello, it's me again, obviously. One thing is, my parents are at home and are talking downstairs, so A, I might just go just to look behind me, but B, you might hear them in the background. So, in one of my previous entries, I discussed the idea about small weekly things and then big projects. This one's going to be just one about a weekly thing. That said, I'm not very good at this. So I'm going to be discussing the week that began, I believe, 2nd of February. Today is the 12th, so it's Thursday of the next week. The idea was I record stuff on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, one of those evenings of that corresponding week. But this week, honestly, Saturday, it makes sense I didn't record. I'll come back to that. This would be basic, bare bone, lackluster think about what happened, any important things. Although I can't quite remember, stuff blurs. So, Monday, one of my friends gave a presentation at the AstroSoc, which I've mentioned a few times. And the thing is, I'd put up a bunch of posters, although not in much advance. So I'd hoped that we'd have a decent turnout. No. Basically, no one, just me, him, and a few of our friends who came because it's him talking. So that was the Monday, the 2nd. I can't remember much else in specific, but Tuesday I came home and I had a homework to do. I was meant to do a timed essay for the next day, and I needed to revise stuff so I knew the quotes, and I didn't. I just ended up procrastinating till about 2 or 3 a.m. Just barely actually doing the work that I needed to do for that day. Let me see if I can find this shit. Yeah, like I made myself a hot chocolate at 2:20 a.m. So I was just really procrastinating by doing pretty much anything. And then the Wednesday was that essay, which I bombed. Give me a second. In the end, specifically, just for my reference. Yeah, I know I dislike the teacher, so that's part of the reason. But it was so annoying because it felt like I was allergic to that. So Wednesday, that essay, which I did shit on. Then I had climbing games off. I was on time. I was actually earlier than my friends. I tried to like speed there and blitz it, but no, didn't really work. I kind of talked to the Amelia. I didn't, but I think I'm trying to think if it's fine if I use people's actual names. I mean, I did just make up a name for her, but whatever. Or her. I did talk to her roughly, but I don't know her too well. Couldn't be bothered to go out of my way, so didn't say much. And then after that, I went to a cafe and worked in. I was doing the physics in a Gales. That was quite nice. I don't know how specific I should be. I mean, nobody sees this, right? So realistically, it's fine. And there's like 3, 4 random people who view this. Hopefully, aren't going to bother to stalk me. Um, Worked on a random ass skills and did some work that was nice. Came home. Then Thursday, I worked in Nero. Um, I don't have anything major. When Friday, I came back with my friend Smelvin through the up and then met and then I saw a friend at the station and he was with his friend from his new school, friend from my old school who I haven't talked to much in a while. We chatted briefly. I think it did somewhat make me realise, yeah, you know what, still a little bit of a loser, still don't fit in, whatever. Then Saturday was amazing. I had squash. I had actual training for once, which was amazing. It was so tiring in a good way. Also, I kind of talked to her. I do intend on asking her number later this week. But that's the week 7. We're talking about week 6. So week 6, I had squash training. That was fun. And then it was Dutch boy's birthday. That was so fucking good. I was late by like fucking 50 minutes, but me and Mr. Aussie were late together. Um, I enjoyed that. That was the thing. Then Sunday I did nothing. I installed this really shitty game, Whiteout Survival. Locked around on that a bunch. Did not lock in. Whatever. The main points of that week were, well, those. This is the weekend, right? Saturday was so good because the squash was so good. and then friends and like a party. Like that was my first time going to a proper party, so it really was kind of hype. Um, there was stuff to be discussed about it, right? I felt a bit out of place at some point, whatever, but I enjoyed it overall. Um, I think this week I've just discussed, week 6, was a bit bad. Like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was thinking to myself a lot the phrase, school used to be my safe place, which is something I've realized. I didn't ever feel emotionally bad while at school because I was with friends, near friends, doing work, distracted in a natural manner. Although now that's not quite the sense it's really. Now I can feel bad or zoned out or start spiraling with some depressive music, perhaps even a borderline breakdown in the toilet. So, um, it wasn't a bad week, but the feeling of school used to be my safe place, yeah, something like that, was quite a recurring one. I think that week I can't remember. Shit's blowing. But basically, I'm doing this way later than it is, just so I can try and get into the habit of keeping up to date, even if it's like better late than never, right? Keep this for myself, right? So hopefully, thing. I will discuss a few other stuff, but this week 7 is a good one because in 2 days it's Valentine's Day. Wow, I have fucking nothing to do. I'm so lonely and single, but I don't care. Kind of. I don't know if I'm lying to myself. I hope when I watch this back, this is like properly audible. I'm sorry because yeah, I don't think I'm speaking correctly because I'm worried my parents can hear me. Also, web camera. I'm not used to using the web camera. If you're watching this and you've watched other videos, please tell me if there's like a major difference in video quality and mic quality than compared to when I record it on my phone because I don't know what I'd do, but I might buy a new web camera then if this is really worse. Um, week 6 then that was a nice week. The main highlight, as I said, was Saturday. So fucking good. Um, there's a lot of stuff within it which can be addressed that week, but I this is meant to be a short extract. I've got to go because it's almost 11:30. But thank you for watching. I'll see you around. Until next time. Bye.